Hey everybody, it's Wendy Cranford. I'm going to try really hard not to make this video too bouncy for you, but today's tips, tricks, and techniques video is going to be based on tips for storage and little ideas and stuff, things that I do around my craft room to make my crafting easier. So I'm going to start off with showing you right where I work. This is my desk space area, and zoom out here. Okay, so right here I have this bar from Ikea, and then I have these cups that just come right off, and they're full of different things. So here I have my water spritzer, and I've got some color spritzers in here. And then I have my baker's twine, and here's a tip for you. You can roll your baker's twine up on a clothespin. It's really cute, and it's a really nice way to store things. Then I have my tools, and I've got all kinds of different things in here. Scissors, blender pins, a fork that's for tying little bows, my bone folder, lots of stuff. This is where I keep my glues and my Stampin' Spritzer. So the reason I like this is because it's up off my desk area, so it gives me more room to work and put stuff over here. And then we're going to move to the right, and this is where I keep my stamp pads, my stamp sets, and up top I have my wood mount stamps, and then I have this thing, and this is what I have a few tips for you. I'm going to show you these things. These are pre-cut card bases at 4 1/4 by 11 and 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, and then these are like layer pieces. And they're cut at like 4 by 5 1/4 and 3 3/4 by 5. But if you look down in here, you see that I have a trick. There are these little things. You get these at the Container Store. My upline Patty Bennett turned me on to these. And if you put them in the bottom of here, it keeps all of your cardstock nice and straight, so it doesn't bend at the bottom and like make your paper get all icky. It keeps everything standing straight up. So that's a really good tip. Okay, so I'm going to move down. So this is underneath where I work. I have these awesome paper towers that my father-in-law made for me. And you can purchase stuff similar to this at Stampin' Storage, but I didn't want to spend the money. So luckily I have a lot of handy fellas in my family, and my father-in-law built those for me. So those are all my 8 1/2 by 11 papers. I have cropper hoppers down here to hold my 12 by 12 paper, and I keep them in sleeves like this. So you can see I have like all of one type of DSP in a sleeve, and that helps me stay really organized, and it makes it really easy when I want to work with a certain DSP. Then I have my heat tool hung here so it stays handy. Garbage can. Always got to have your garbage can handy. Okay, we're back up to my desktop, and up here is what I use to record my videos. So my husband came up with this. I told him I needed something that would hold my video camera. So this is really cool. My tripod comes out. This is just a piece of PVC pipe, and it actually screws off, comes off the wall. And then I have that piece. Now, my intention was to paint that, and I never have done it. But that's how this works. So I don't know if you have a husband at home that's handy, but I'll show you what this looks like. So this is the PVC pipe, and I don't know if it's got a size on it. And then there's this thing at the bottom, and this, I don't know what this stuff is, but that's how he did it. And then he's got this thing up here on the wall. So you can show your husbands this part of the clip, or your fellas or your sons or whoever it is that could do this for you. Maybe you could do it yourself. I'm not that kind of gal. Okay, so moving on to the left side, here is where all my punches are. Okay, I have them stacked up, and then I have my markers down here, and I have my sponge daubers in this cool container. I got it from the Scrapbook Expo. My friend Lori bought it for me. I don't know who makes them. That's my Stampin' Scrubber. We talked about that last week. And then in here is where all of my embellishments are. And I keep them in these little plastic cases that I used. This is what our framelits come in. And I cut them in half and decorated them. And again, look what's down in there. It's another one of those clear plastic things, because it holds stuff perfectly. And then these boxes are from the Container Store, and they fit perfectly in here. So the plastic thingy that's in the bottom fits perfectly into these plastic things, and this comes from the Container Store. So that's where that stuff stays. All right, moving down to a drawer. So my top drawer right off to the left-hand side of me is where I store all of my clear plastic blocks. And I have all of my scissors and Crocodile, corner rounder. Here's my inks, my silver and gold inks, my StazOn, my white StazOn, my Versamark. I have an adhesive remover in here. And this container I got at Ikea. I was there with Patty Bennett, and she spotted that. And I thought, I bet that would work to organize my drawers. And it sure does. It's wonderful. So I have that there. In my next drawer, I have these little containers I got from the dollar store. And they have all my washi tape and my hot glue guns down there. And some random stamps. I think, oh yeah, this is a retired stamp, but I love it. So I don't know, I keep it there. And then I have like a lighter back there for burning the ends of my ribbon. I have glue in here. I'm not sure why. That should probably go up top. This thing is cool. This is for cutting off the back of brads. So like if you have a brad and you don't want to use it as a brad, you just trim off the metal pieces. Works great. Love it. Then down here, I have Christmas stamps. I've got a couple of stamps that are non-stamp enough that I keep down here that I really enjoy. And then my rollers. And down at the very bottom, I have, books that are just creative inspiration ideas. So if I'm out of ideas or if I need some inspiration, sometimes I'll sit on the floor right here and look through those books. That's fun. Okay, I have another container here that was given to me by my friend Lori, and I honestly don't know where she got it, but it's a really cool tote. It's like bigger than 12 by 12, and this is the pad I use for when I'm recording videos for you guys. I have my Simply Scored tool in here, my grid paper, and then these are projects that I'm working on. Stuff that I have going on, like my Stamp Kits of the Month, Creative Challenge Club. Okay, then I have the awesome Ikea cart. It's under here. And on the top, I have all my Big Shot dies, all my Big Shot framelits, and my embossing folders, because my Big Shot is right there. So it just makes it really easy for me to pull this out and use my Big Shot. Under here, so this container is supposed to have all my sponges in it, but I was frantically looking for a sponge the other day and I got annoyed and dumped them all out over here. So they're usually in this cute little bucket. My friend Lori, again, she loves to get me stuff, and I love it that she does. My Clorox wipes, always have to have those handy to clean my workspace. And down here I just have my envelope punch board, and all of my embossing powders are in this. My re-inkers are here, so I have all those down in the bottom of here, and this just stores very nicely under my countertop. Okay, here's another tip for you. So this is just a display holder, book holder, and on it I keep my multi-use platform, my magnetic platform, and my clear plates. And as long as it's up against a wall, okay, you could not put this like in the middle. Oh, maybe you could. I guess you could just have it sitting anywhere, but I always thought it would tip over backwards because it's heavy, but I guess it wouldn't. So I use that. It's like a book holder, or I don't know what it's for. It's some sort of display thing. I got it at a thrift store, but you can find stuff like that at Michael's. And it just stores those nice so they're up off my table. And then of course I have my Big Shot right next to it, so it's all ready to go. Then over here, this is container that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I use it to store all my scrap paper. And the reason I store my scrap paper like this is because if it's flat in something, I don't tend to get in and use it. But if it's sticking up like this, then I tend to use it for some reason. And I like it in this tote because then I can just grab this and go wherever I'm gonna go to do stuff, and I have all my scrap paper with me. And usually I put this under my desk, but it's up here right now. When I'm working and doing stuff, I have it up on my desk so that I remember to use stuff out of it. Okay, so then over here is just my workspace where I blog and I spend time checking my emails and doing all that kind of stuff. And then, oh yeah, there's my hunky husband. I always have to have a picture of him hanging around. And then I have that cool thing from Creative Memories, which is no longer in business, as you know, that holds my drink so I don't spill stuff all over the place. And then up there is some of my embellishments, and I just keep them over there on the wall. I don't really like them over here because this isn't where I stamp, but my mom got me this beautiful shelving unit, probably 3 or 4 years ago for Christmas, and I love it, but it's not very functional. I mean, just to be honest, it's really not a very functional item. So I have tried to figure out ways to use it because she bought it for me, and I do love the way it looks. So that's the story with that. So that's pretty much everything. And my printer's down here. I have a stool because I sit at a bar stool to work because my counter's counter high. So that's my printer paper and stuff's under there. Over here is just business stuff, catalogs, stuff like that. The drawers are just full of, that kind of thing. There's nothing really exciting in them. And so then over here is where I store under there these cabinets. I have these cabinets down here, and this is where I store all of my mailing stuff to mail stuff out. And the rest of the room, like on that side over there, is what I use for school. I have this up here is for me to put cards or pictures that Macy's made, different things like that. So that's some fun stuff there. And then over here again, I've got storage just for all kinds of different things. So that's what that unit is for. And we've got family games under this one. So this is our awesome room, and this is my stamping area is pretty much over here. And I hope that some of the tips I gave you today for storing some things helped you out, and it was really fun to give you a tour of my room. And if you have any questions, please just let me know if you have any questions about anything that you saw today, and leave a comment or email me at wendy.cranford@live.com and I'll get back to you. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.